Okay, so yeah, duh. It's the Neon Movies Oscars 2016 special. This isn't the renewed episode of Neon Movies. This is the second episode of Neon. Think. Okay, I'll explain all of that in an episode of Channel Chronicles because I mean I said I'd go into this and I'd just do Neon Movies, and I wouldn't let it just become Channel Chronicles explaining what this episode was. So it's getting too much like Channel Chronicles already. Okay, so the Oscars, it was the big night at Tinseltown. All the stars come together for Tinseltown, and obviously we had the winner of Best Picture. Um, well, I'll kind of talk about. Obviously, we'll do the format of this, which is where I talk about what some of the movies were, what my picks would have been, because you gotta remember it's just the Academy picking and not the movie buffs like me, the me on movies picking. So we'll try and like melt them together. And watch out for that episode of China Chronicles because I don't want to be talking about that anymore in this video, um, this episode. Um, so yeah, so like best picture went Spotlight. I'm not sure what that is. Um, I think it's like Network or something, but different. Um, but Spotlight was good, and obviously that's why the Academy went for it. But there was other things they could have gone for. I mean, trying to think of movies that even came out last year. I mean, probably when you think about it, um, although it wasn't the best film that came out last year, I think Ant-Man should have got it because really Ant-Man was a film that took risks, and I think that's what Hollywood should be. Well, the Oscars, the Oscar, the Academy Award, they should be going like, oh, this did something different. And though Ant-Man, it wasn't the best, but it went to bold new directions and introduced things like the microverse, concepts like the microverse which weren't in other films, and no other film like Dead touched the microverse um, topic before. So for that, I think it should have at least been really up there as one of just Hollywood going like, oh wow, this was a film that touched on the microverse, so maybe other films should. So for obviously for best actor, Paul Rudd should be in there as well because just the link to the microverse, it's one of those things where it's just like to nod on the hat, you know what I mean, to you're going bold and you're portraying what it's like to fall through the microverse. But I mean, recently a film I really liked was Deadpool, so I would have put him up. Um, Ryan Reynolds himself. Knowing that he was Deadpool, I'd put him up for Best Actor. But we can't really moan about Best Actor because our Leo finally got it. Leo, and we're all big fans of Leo. I didn't see Reverend, or well, I did. I see all the movies, so I can do a pick of the week. But yeah, he was obviously, for what, since he was in the grape movie, since he was eating grapes, he was nominated for that film, and just every year since they're nominated for something and they just snub him, you know what I mean? They turn a, you know what I mean? They turn an eye to him, and but then this year finally, enough people voted in, enough people, and Leo got it, and our Leo got it, and it's like in Titanic, I'm king of the world, it's like that now. Now that it's Academy Awards imitating Academy Awards nominations, that's kind of a spin on art imitating life, or life imitating art. But yeah, so we can't complain about that. Best Supporting Actor, that went to Mark Rylance. Yeah, the Academy. Um, I mean, recently, pick of the week was Deadpool, and Colossus in that movie. Just the epitome of a great supporting actor, adds to the lead actor, helps support. You know what I mean? Something else, someone else I would have put up there was like, like Paul Giamatti in like San Andreas because he's like supporting The Rock. You know what I mean? It's basically like the supporting character category, it needs to be like, people without leading faces who can, but they add to how great the leading man is, like Paul Giamatti there, or like computer generated characters like Colossus, Supreme Leader Snoke in Star Wars. That's why I queued that music up for right now, so we can talk about Snoke. Snoke should have been there. Maz Kanata should have been in the female supporting ones. You know, that's Hollywood for you. Best actress. I can't think of any roles from last year, but I would have. I know Lucy didn't come out last year, but I would have, had something like Lucy, where it's like Scarlett Johansson carrying a film. She has powers. She's fighting. There's Morgan Freeman there. Morgan Freeman, best supporting actor, snubbed again. I don't know. Yeah, so kind of running it down. I'm not saying these are my picks, but these are ones that should have been there, should have been in the idea, you know what I mean? And that would be Ant-Man Best Picture. Leo, you knocked out the park for this one, our Leo, our boy Leo. Supporting actor. I'll go Paul Giamatti for San Andreas. We're not quite ready to be giving them to like motion capture performances like Colossus and Supreme Leader Snoke, but soon. Something like Lucy. A good best supporting actor. Spielberg's reminded me of this. In Jurassic World, that Asian man who like ran Jurassic World or something, and he had to fly the helicopter into the dinosaurs or something. He really helped support the film there. You know what I mean? He added depth. He added, you know, he brought life to Jurassic. He made you feel like, oh, Jurassic World could be real because this man would make the Jurassic World, and he's also respectful to David Attenborough in the first one. It's kind of a tip of the hat, obviously. So really, it was another great night for Hollywood. They always do. They always put on a show, and I'll put on a show afterwards like this. But yeah, really, it's the year of Leo, isn't it? And he's just gonna go on from this to do, I assume, The Revenant 2. You know what I mean? Just keep it going, keep the movies going, and maybe next year, they'll look at some of the CGI performances. I know that's the thing when we talk about diversity in the Oscars. It's like getting these motion capture performances in. Andy Serkis, the Colossus from the Deadpools, because it's all just pulled directly from the comic. But it's baby steps. They're getting back for it, and then hopefully Best Picture, and in the future it'll start to go, oh, this introduced a really cool concept, like, just as a kind of, I know nobody's seen anything from the film yet, but Doctor Strange coming out this year, that's probably going to introduce some, mystical realms and stuff, and it's not really been done much before, and Hollywood should take notice.